Shaq. It's a Shaq attack. Shaq was involved in the FTX sort of marketing machine, right? Shaquille O'Neal here, retired basketball legend, expert promoter of all the things on TV and more, was one of the many celebrity promoters that FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried enlisted in their campaign to get people fired up about crypto and more. Now, according to some reports, Shaq has been dodging his papers, right? He's named in a lawsuit, and he's been dodging the server of those papers for something like 3 months. And now they finally got him, folks. They finally served Shaq with his papers. He has been served due process by the lawyers, according to a tweet from the lawyers today. So that's what's happening here. We're going to talk about this, the phenomenon of FTX celebrity endorsements, and Shaq's just immense moves in terms of dodging people trying to serve him process. I'm going to throw this to Will, who's our resident basketball expert. Timed nicely with the NBA playoffs, I'd say. What do you think about Shaq getting served on this one, Will?
This is good timing. I was actually watching TNT programming last night as my Denver Nuggets here in the great state of Colorado won a basketball game against Minnesota Timberwolves, and Shaq was live at halftime talking about basketball, and all I could think about was him dodging this serve notice, which this morning found out he did get served, right? So it was actually kind of incredible timing. He's a great basketball expert, MVP, NBA legend. Cannot dodge the law, however, and hard to miss because you're pretty tall. Interesting that he was able to get away for so long. I mean, Tom Brady, Steph Curry, a lot of other promoters out there, like familiar faces, household names within the U.S., they got served a while ago, and somehow Shaq was able to evade this. So it's kind of like an odd story on that front. The thing I do have questions about, maybe I can throw this up to Wendy for your take on it, is how and why do these celebrities get served, right? This is pretty time-old story within crypto where a celebrity will pump a coin for whatever reason. They'll get a side investment. They won't disclose it. And then the SEC comes in a little bit later and slaps them down. But it only seems like this happens when the token or the project goes to zero. But if the token project stays steady, like no one really cares. It's just like marketing money, right? It's odd.
People get mad at things all the time, and I understand it because it's a sensitive issue. Losing money is not a fun thing, but I feel it's kind of interesting, especially in our industry, because our industry is like built around Bitcoin. It's built around the ethos of responsibility and, owning your own keys and operating in this free market and operating in this true decentralized economy. But then when number goes down, people get upset. So I believe that it's the psychology of it. But again, in every single industry, I feel like when something bad happens, they sue the people with the most money, or they try to go after them with these class action lawsuits. And, sometimes they get dismissed, sometimes they don't. But I feel like this is pretty common in every single industry. It's just being brought out to light more so in crypto because it's crypto and we are in this kind of transition between the bear market to the bull market.
I think that it's pretty, so this is interesting, right? They're saying that Shaq actually never used FTX, had nothing to do with the platform. He was just a paid endorser. According to the FTC, endorsements have to reflect the honest opinions, findings, and beliefs of the endorser. So I think this, we talk about so many class action lawsuits, but if these people in this class action lawsuit can prove that these celebrities who went out in the public and promoted FTX and got people to buy into FTX didn't actually have anything to do with the platform and didn't actually believe in the platform, they may have a case here. I thought it was interesting. The judge in this case, while they were trying to track down Shaq, they tried to serve him on Twitter and Instagram, and the judge said, no, you need to find him IRL and get him those papers. And what I thought was interesting was UkiDAO was allowed to be served by a Discord. I know it's two completely different things. One had to do with a government agency, one is a class action lawsuit, but I thought that was pretty funny. Zach?
I kind of want to chime in about the so there was FTX US and then there's FTX International. So people were not allowed to buy FTT in the United States of America, from what I've seen, right? So was that in the lawsuit? Do we know, or was it just about the exchange? Because it's two completely different things, two completely.
I feel like people are mad they lost money, and it's maybe not so much to do with the FTT token.
Okay, well, I'm mad at Cryptopia because I lost a lot of money there. If you guys remember that exchange.
Join a lawsuit.
Attack Shaq. Bring him down.
Get in on it.
I'm going to sue Shaq over this. I'm just going to blame Shaq for my loss in Cryptopia.
Hack a Shack. I just have to read this amazing quote from one of the lawyers who told CoinDesk in an email statement, quote, Shack was, quote, hiding and driving away from our process servers for the past 3 months. Legit outrunning the process servers. Just
but this is that
tremendous.
hearsay, or is it like, this is the thing, is like we have people that are doing things for fame and fortune on the internet. Like it's clout chasing, and that's what happens. So, I mean, do you like Shaq is pretty a successful individual? Like, do you really think he's going to be like running scared over something like this? Like, he's got attorneys.
Maybe he wasn't scared. Maybe he just thought it was kind of fun.
Maybe he was having fun with it. I mean, these are the guys. So, Will, you remember like how Do Kwon got served by the SEC by a process server at was it Masari's mainnet like in 2021 before everything happened, right? So there's these people out there. You know, if you're in the public space, right, you're able to be like served with your documents. So that's what's happening here on behalf of this class action lawsuit. I think it's just pretty funny that he was driving and hiding, but I don't know.
It is pretty good. I didn't know how to call them, though.
It's pretty funny.
Process servers is a funny name. The last thought I have on this is this did remind me of the Ethereum Max scandal, which happened earlier last year, I believe, where Kim K and a bunch of other celebrities had endorsed Ethereum Max, mostly on Instagram, saying it's going to be the next Ethereum. And then, of course, like no one had heard of Ethereum Max. No one has since heard of Ethereum Max. And they all got served for that and had to, in many cases, pay fines for it. Each celebrity seemingly has to pay like different amount of fines, or they get like roped into different legal issues based on like the amount of followers they have and how much they paid for the endorsement, stuff like that. But I think it just goes back to the same old story, right? Like if you're a celebrity or you're like have a high profile, a lot of people follow you, you are a target for these enforcement actions. It's just going to occur. Wendy, to you.
I just want to say that I drank a Coca-Cola yesterday and it hurt my tummy. So I'm going to sue the last celebrity that promoted it on cable TV.
Get 'em.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Zach, you want to join? Did Coca-Cola hurt your tummy too?
No, don't want to join that one. No, I'm sitting this one out. I'm sitting that one out. I mean, I got to say, like, you know, the Ethereum Max thing is an interesting parallel, but like, remember at the time, like FTX was seen as like the most solid thing in crypto, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Shaq was an early celebrity endorser of FTX. We had Tom Brady, we had Steph Curry, we had Shohei Ohtani, we had David Ortiz shilling this stuff on TV. So all these athletes who were a big part of the marketing push were there. So I can imagine Shaq's people saying, hey, what could go wrong? Sign up. Get some of this money. And he did that. And now, obviously, he's ensnared in these class action suits that are following the collapse of this big, once prominent brand. It's pretty crazy.
They're coming back quarter two, though, man. Come on, Jen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They might be back.